Hello everybody, today's video, this is the second re-recording, hopefully the last. Today's video is about just the different types of people and how much people suck. As you can see in the title is that people suck. And in the thumbnail, you can see it's a versus. This is, I'm trying to make my thumbnails a little more interesting. Because that's really what gets people to click. No one's reading the titles. So you gotta grab their attention with a nice little showing. So I've been experimenting, but you see in this thumbnail, it's a versus in the format of. I drew it yesterday because originally I was gonna record this video yesterday because I said, hey, I'm gonna be posting once every day. And then my sister guilt tripped me into playing Mario Party with her because she just got home from work. But it's in this format. You see the V and the S that does not really look like an S because my handwriting sucks. But on this side, there's the guy wearing his hate hat. He's a chud, not particularly attractive fellow. And he has a shirt on that says, I heart hatefulness. He has a little badge that says, I'm the problem award, which you probably could not read, both because my handwriting sucks and it was really tiny. And then on the other side, there is this super jacked dude wearing glasses that, honestly, both of them are wearing glasses, but the glasses actually look good on this guy. This board is smearing a lot lately, which sucks. But there's a guy that, you know, he's wearing his I hate shirt, which, in case you're stupid like me, the first time I saw that, it took me a second. It just means that he hates hate. I put a comma in between it. Maybe that'll make it a little more easy for you to understand. And he's got on his badge, it says Love and Joy Award, if I remember correctly. But, you know, we see he's super jacked, and the other guy, he's on the doughy side. And the reason that I portray these people how I do, it's not because I think fat people or ugly people suck. You know, me myself. I was fat for a long time, and I was ugly. I think I'm still kind of ugly. I don't know. My confidence is going up a little bit, actually. There's a girl that was very obvious about checking me out earlier, actually, which was pretty cool. Didn't have the confidence to talk to her or anything, but it was also at church, so, but, like, I don't know. I recorded my video. My most popular video is about my experience being ugly, and I got, like, 7 comments that were, all 7 comments. Actually, no, I think it was 6 out of the 7, because one of them was my friend, the person that comments under all of my videos. It was, like, all 6 of them were like, dude, you're clickbaiting, you're not ugly, da-da-da-da-da. Which, like, I appreciate it. It did boost my confidence a little bit, but I think I'm always gonna have that self-doubt because I spend so much time with myself, obviously. And I spent a lot of time looking at myself. If you'll realize, now I'm making eye contact with you, but this whole time I've been looking a little bit to your right. No, that would be your left. It's my right, your left. And that's because I'm looking at myself. I'm making eye contact with myself because I'm looking at myself. Trying to make sure that I don't look too stupid while presenting myself. I could also look there and have my eyes a little wider. You can't see because of my bangs, but my eyebrows are raised so that I can see better. Where I can have an eye on myself and the camera both times and keep eye contact with you. But I also think eye contact makes it a little more of like a professional setting. And I don't want it to be a professional setting. It's supposed to be casual and just talking. But you'll see, like, in the thumbnail, the super jacked guy is the one saying the right thing, and that's just because in media and throughout pretty much our entire lives, it's the jacked guy, which is also in real life. Most super jacked guys you meet are going to be a lot happier and a lot nicer because you know what? They're actually living a good life. I'm not saying that you can't have a good life if you're overweight, but you certainly can't have your best life if you're overweight, which is why I don't understand why people choose to be overweight. Now, obviously, if you have like a... No, I'm going on a side rant, and I'm not going to go on a side rant. I'm going to stay focused on the point of the video, which is so many people. The point of the video is people... Wow. Are sucked in on hate. People are sucked in on hate. My handwriting sucks, which I've never really cared about, but now that I write in front of a lot of people a lot, I'm genuinely thinking about actually practicing my penmanship, which I probably also should, just for, like, you know, legal and document reasons in the future, but who cares? Who cares if the mean lady at the DMV can read my handwriting in the future? Just give me my little slice of plastic that determines my life. But anyways, sidetracked again. Main point of the video is that people are so sucked in on their hate. And the reason that is, at least what I think, is because it's such a deep cycle that just repeats over and over and over again. And it's very hard to escape. And I would know this because me, myself, I used to be someone that was, like, sucked in on hate. And it started from being bullied. And it harbored itself into, like, self-hatred. And then once I was at a point where I was, like, where I felt like I didn't have the right to still not like myself, I just cycled it all in to, like, hating on other people. And I never bullied anyone. I knew not to do that because, you know, that would make me a hypocrite. But I was not particularly nice, and if anyone pressed me on anything, or was even slightly annoying, I was a humongous douchebag. There was a girl in 6th grade that, she very obviously had a crush on me for the first semester. And, you know, I hated that school. So I was already kind of mad just every day being there because it really was not a good school. But she very obviously had a crush on me, and I did not reciprocate the feelings. It wasn't that she was ugly, but I don't know. I just knew that relationships aren't a good idea in middle school because they last for 2 weeks, and then for the next 3 years, it's unresolved tension and drama and rumors and all the yada yada. But I missed, like, the last 2 weeks of school, or the last 2 weeks of the first semester, which meant that I had to come back the second semester and retake the tests that I obviously did not take. And I decided, since it was my last day, because I was transferring to homeschool, I decided since it was my last day, I was going to say whatever was on my mind. And she sat behind me in math, and she was being her usual self, which she was a preppy, popular girl, which, I mean, take a look at me. Obviously, that does not match well. And she was being, I still think, annoying. I don't even remember what. I just remember the feeling. I don't remember what she did or what she said. But obviously, it was after winter break. And she was not tan. She either got a fake tan or she just got really sunburnt. But I pretty much just looked her dead in the eye and I said, every time I see you, you're way more red. Do you not know what sunscreen is? And I said it very condescendingly, like she was an idiot. And I regret that because although she was annoying, she had good intentions. And being told that by someone that, or being talked to that way by someone that you at least used to have a crush on, must have hurt. Like, it must have sucked. And, you know, she was very taken aback in the moment, and then I think she tried insulting me back, but I just turned back around in my seat. And then, like, 5 minutes later, I got called out to take the test, my math test that I missed. And I regret being rude to her, because she did not deserve it. Was she popular and preppy and very annoying? Yeah, but by no means was she a bad person, and I treated her as if she was like a plague. Like, and I very much regret doing that, because it was immensely rude. So I was a hater, and I hated a lot of people, but for the runtime of this video, I have 2 videos to record today, and I haven't made the thumbnail for the second one, so I'm gonna have a little break in between recording them to make the thumbnail. I don't even know what video I'm gonna do. I might do I'll probably just do the story time, that I said I talked about in the last video. But she was one of the, like, many that kind of fell victim to my wrath. I don't want to say wrath, because that's like kind of cornball shit. You know, like, that's kind of something some Redditor would say. Sorry, I need to put these magnets down, because I'm getting sidetracked playing with them. But magnets are so neat, dude. They're so cool. But anyways, I was a hater for a very long time, and then I got homeschooled, and I had a lot of time to work on myself, because I was the only person that I was around consistently. And, you know, clearly I changed for the better. A lot of times I wonder what would have happened had I not done that. But I don't like to dwell on what ifs. I think that's a bad thing. I think that also kind of crowds your mind and clouds your perception of things to the point where that can lead you to being a hater even more. And I don't want to say that now I'm closer to the Giga Chad now than I was then, but I mean, look at me. I'm really not all that big. I still have pudge down here. That's not true. I have abs. I just have rock hard 6-pack abs. I don't look like Lego Batman, if you were wondering. But I mean, I'm not Giga Chad yet. I don't think I ever will be. I don't think that's my goal. I don't look any certain way that's not myself, but I also don't. I just don't want to portray myself as the Giga Chad. You know, I don't want to portray myself as someone better, despite the fact that objectively I kind of am. Which, you know, that's a bad thing to say, but I just saw the design on the back of my own shirt and thought it was. Maybe I'm not better. I think I'm still kind of stupid. But you know, the Giga Chad, what makes him strong isn't his ginormous muscles and the veins pumping in his biceps. What makes him strong is that he pushes past his own experience and his own, you know, experiences and troubles. There we go. He pushes past his own experiences and troubles in order to, you know, be peaceful and joyful. And instead of harboring hate for others, he harbors hate for hate itself. And once you have that mindset of, I don't have room for hate, you don't. dude. You really don't. Humans are not made to hate. Biologically speaking, you know what that does is it heightens cortisol, it lowers our lifespans, and you know what? It ruins our lives. It brings our quality of life and our fulfillment of life way down. Also, sorry, I'm having a really bad hair day. And I just keep finding things to nitpick. But anyways, time to move on to normally it's item of the day, but because I'm posting 2 videos today because I didn't post yesterday, one of the items of today, I do. See, I showed it early on in the other recording, so it kind of got trapped in my mind. But, oops. Before I unsheath this, YouTube, this is a fake prop replica of a Civil War sword, so technically speaking, it is a historical prop and educational item. Okay? The American Civil War. I do not know. I don't think I would, because my grandpa gave me this. I don't think my grandpa would give me a Confederate sword. So I'm pretty sure it's from the Union. But it's pretty big. It's obviously not sharp. I probably can't even shave with it. On a side note, I have to shave every 2 days or else I literally get facial hair at 14 years old, both on my lips, my chin, my neck. I'm a neck beard, by the way, on my cheeks and right here. I don't know if you can see it because I can't really see it on the camera right now because of the glare. There's also the shadow casted on my hair. I have sideburns right now. They weren't there last night. I woke up, was brushing my teeth, looking at myself in the mirror, and boom, sideburns. Which sucks, but back to the item. It has the gold plating. I've never really looked to see what it is. It is a one-handed sword. Oh, God. If you've ever watched, what's it called? The Princess Bride. That's a great movie, by the way. The Princess Bride. It's also hilarious, but Inigo Montoya. You know, he's a fencing sword. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Or whatever he says. That guy's awesome. That's a goat. There's in fantasy, there's a subtype of men that, like, I think every man would love to be, and that's, like, think of Aragorn from Lord of the Rings, and then Inigo Montoya from Princess Bride. Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars. You know? Like, they've all got the same vibe going. And if a man doesn't want to be one of those, he probably wants to be like a Dumbledore or a Gandalf or a Qui-Gon. Or the other option is like Thorfinn, Arthur Morgan, John Marston, you know. But those are the 3 archetypes that every man loves and aspires to be like. But that is this video wrapped up. Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe if this is your first time. I am sitting at a measly 19 subscribers, and I would prefer more because at 25 we're doing a Q&A, at 100 we're doing another Q&A, at 250 I'm probably going to do a vlog. I don't have anything planned for 500. And then at 1,000 I will be getting a Mac computer, which means that I can actually edit my videos instead of doing unclipped content where I have to do several shoots in order for it to actually come out successful. And that means I could expand maybe to Twitch if it can handle it. I can download like Minecraft mods and actually play those, which I don't know if that's still entertaining to people, but that has been my dream for years, ever since I was a kid. I grew up watching popular MMOs and Pixelmon videos, and I know Cobblemon's the popular thing now, but I would still want to try Pixelmon. I'd probably try both of them. So I'd probably get that. And then, you know, every once in a while when a slop game comes out, like Lethal Company or Repo or something, I could kind of ride the hype train maybe. I don't have any friends that play on PC, so I don't know how that would go. Or not PC, because it wouldn't be a PC, it would just be a MacBook. But, you know what? All's good, all's great. Good morning, good noon, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Someone, please tell me if good noon is actually a saying. I can't find anything saying it is or it isn't online, and I've never heard it come out of another person's mouth, so I really don't know, but I've been using it in the end of all of my videos, so goodbye.